Hey everyone, my name is Brad and I will be going through the process that my team and I went through in order to create our final film for our senior project. Who is the team, you might ask? Well, here's a picture of us. And these are our names. And together we are Team Negative Space. Now that we're all caught up here, let's start from the very beginning. Initially, our idea was way out of scale. We wanted a big breaking and entering scene, followed by some crazy chase scene that winds through the city, all while being in a futuristic utopian world. And on top of this, we wanted multiple people chasing our main character, all while firing weapons at him. The story in this film was that our main character was to rob a museum and to find a glove that will make him manipulate time, and he uses this glove to then stop the police chasing after him. We then realized this was way out of our scope for a short film project, and then we considered other options. And by doing this, we realized there were better ways to tell a clear story and better ways to showcase our effects, which was one of our main aspects in our film. Then we decided to scale down, but we wanted to keep it a short action film that still had a mysterious object with special powers. So then we began brainstorming ideas for a new object. The one we decided on was a camera that could take in real life objects into its lens and then store them to be shot out later as projectiles. The premise of this new film was that a pedestrian would walk by an alley, then he would notice a flash, which would then draw him into our new mysterious object, which was the previously mentioned camera. Then, instead of police, we would have two thugs approach him who are just trying to mug him. Our character would then use the camera's powers to defend himself from these two guards. We ended up storyboarding, test shooting, and even filming the entire version of this film. And we even went back in the winter in -20 weather to go back and film some shots that we missed. However, after all of that, we ended up making another big change in our film. Once everything was edited and put together for our first draft, we noticed many imperfections within our film. These included the clarity of our story, there were some exposure issues in some of our shots, and we noticed some bad acting in certain scenes. And after some feedback from other viewers and advisors, we decided to change everything we thought was wrong and refilm again. This included changing the story, casting brand new actors, and using a new location and a new camera to film. We first wanted to clarify the story, and we first did this by clarifying the roles of the characters. We turned them into two easily identifiable personas, being a janitor and a robber, rather than just some random pedestrian and random thugs. We then moved the location into a theater, which was what we used to create a music hall setting. We then switched over to the Blackmagic camera, which could get a wider range of colors and exposures that was not possible in our previous shoots.
Drop it!
The VFX remained the same concept, but we made all the objects shoot out of the camera more connected with the environment. We did this by having the object as music instruments since it was a music hall, so it would make sense to have these instruments here. This clarified the camera's powers as they were now more cohesive with the setting, rather than just have the camera shoot out random objects. We added some practical effects in our film, such as having the janitor have a bruised up lip, which was done by our lovely makeup artist on set. And of course, we still kept many VFX present, including this green screen scene here. Our filming consisted of 3 days of shooting, 2 days being in the theater, and the last day doing the outside hallway shots. And once we did all that, we finally had our film. Take In. We are very excited to show this off in the fair, and we're sure you'll like the final product. Like anything, this project was a ride, but in the end we were all very happy with the result.